Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's try to brighten up the place and get into this conversation, but this is honestly really sad. And when I saw this news earlier, I really was so shocked. I was really saddened, and I was choked up. And I saw this on Empress Radio first, actually. She broke the news. I would say she broke it to me because I didn't hear it prior to her. But that Keke Jabbar, who those who've been watching the Love and Marriage Huntsville show, at least for the past couple of seasons, you're familiar with her. She is the first cousin to Latishascott, niece of Wanda, and someone who came on the show showcasing that she was dealing with real life issues. And that's one of the reasons why I respected her, because I felt like her sharing her struggle and being honest about the fact that she got hooked on prescription painkillers that were prescribed to her, and it got to the point where it was so bad, where she had been really going through it, struggling. And I talked about that a little bit before, but I'm not going to go into all of that now, because honestly, hearing the news that she passed, we don't know what the causes were. And honestly, it isn't any of my business. I don't need to know why or what the cause was. I just know that this is a sad loss. I'm quite sure it was not one that was expected. I don't believe so, at least. But she's a young woman. She's a wife. She's a mother. I don't remember or recall how many kids she said that she has, but this is sad. And I don't understand. Ooh, I'm trying to hold back tears right now. But I don't understand anybody, even if we don't know the cause of her passing, I don't understand, and I've never understood it, how anybody could make fun of someone who has an addiction problem. It's not right. It's just crazy. So I say that to say, because I saw this post on Instagram where it was sharing the Facebook post from Letitia, and it didn't, announce her passing. I'm guessing she assumed that people either found out, or once they found out, people were going to come to her page and she was just already putting people on notice. I'm assuming. I don't know. But I'm just going to read the statement, because it honestly bothered me. But she wrote, "At this time, we are asking for, in all caps, respect, comma, and in all caps, privacy in our moment of grief while we process this great loss. And this is hard for our family. 5 exclamation points. Now, while some may say, well, why are you reading into it? What's the big deal? Definitely a big loss for the family. Grief is hard. And even if you have a falling out with someone in life, in death, it doesn't mean that you're not going to grieve. I'm not saying any of that. But just my personal opinion. People who are watching the show, who don't know Kiki and don't even know Tisha or Marcel, because let's just be clear, I don't know these people and I never will. All I know is what I've seen of them. And I've talked about it before, that I really was disgusted how Letitia and Marcel treated that woman and how they spoke about her. Even if they so-called helped her out, you don't say things about people that are struggling with addiction in the way that he spoke about her husband. So in my personal opinion, I feel like the statement was written in a way to just put people on notice and say, look, we already know y'all gonna try to come for us, and I'm not trying to hear it. So give me respect, give us respect, give us privacy, and this is hard for our family, 5 exclamation points. But the way Tisha's mom would drag that girl online, the way we saw Tisha and Marcel drag her on the show, I'm sorry. I am really sorry for the loss, but that is all I can think of. I don't know if they made up since when. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know these people. But if that's the last memory that people have of you dealing with a person in life, and then when they pass, you're requesting respect, a lot of people are just not going to give it. Now, I'm not saying that people should go over there and try to, bash her on her social media pages or call her names or to recall things to her or whatever. I'm not saying any of those things. But the mind, people remember. And I know I do. While I would never go over to her social media connections, whatever she has, because I don't follow her on any of them. But I'm just saying, while I would never do that, it doesn't mean that I can't recall it. It doesn't mean that that's not the first thing that I think about. And when I heard that she passed away, honestly, that's the first thing that I thought about. Marcel calling her a druggie because she tossed a cup of water. I'm not trying to go back and recall everything, but I'm just basically saying what I remember. And this is very sad. And it's so sad because I also saw people were trying to blame Melody and Stormy, saying that they were using her for a storyline or whatever. And it's just like, oh my God, I don't understand why people try to go there with stuff like that, because I already also feel that people try to blame Melody for a lot of things. While Melody was or is an executive producer on the show, if anything, what I remember is Melody trying to defend her to them while they were calling her a crackhead. And that's just really sad that this woman has lost her life. Her family definitely are grieving. And yeah, Tisha, Marcel, by marriage, and Wanda, that's this woman's family. And I hope and pray that they can get it right. And honestly, this show just has so much carnage on it, in my personal opinion, that it really just needs to go. The show is just really toxic. And I'm not blaming the show on Kiki's passing, but the fact that we've just seen so much destruction when it comes to the show, I just think it's time to wrap it up. But I really pray that her family is okay, that she will rest in peace, and it's just a really sad thing to hear that she is no longer here. Again, none of my business as to what the causes were for her passing. I don't know if she had any other underlying health issues or conditions or concerns, but I think the last time I heard from her own words was an interview I believe she did on Giving You the Real Tea's YouTube channel. So I'm quite sure he's probably going to do some commentary on it, because he sounded like he saw her as a friend, and it's just really sad to hear that she's lost her life. So guys, I just wanted to share my thoughts about this briefly. Again, very, very sad to hear this, but like I said, people are already pointing fingers, and while I'm not here to point fingers, I definitely will say what I remember, and that's what I recall. And because I had done a little bit of commentary about it here and there, that's definitely what I remember. And I know that the struggle is real when it comes to prescribed pain medication, and it's really a problem in this country how doctors do that. It's just a lot. So again, I'm not going to go dive into that rabbit hole, because I don't know what the cause was of her no longer being on this side. But honestly, life begins after this one ends. So I pray she's living it up, and she's in a place where she's no longer hurting, no longer in pain. And I pray that God will touch the hearts of her family, and that they will be consoled in this time of loss and grief. So you guys can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.
Don't wanna talk.